We must first learn to lead ourselves before we can effectively lead others. Let me say that again. We must first learn to lead ourselves before we can effectively lead others. Self-leadership is the foundation that enables us to effectively express all of our other passions, knowledge, skills, strengths, and abilities. My name's 𝗠𝗺𝗹𝗵𝗶𝗽, and in my 25 years of experience working with talent development and leadership development, I've watched that knowledge and skills just will get you in the door. But those who are most successful are those who can succeed in their most important, complex, and relational situations. So in order for us to be able to develop our self-leadership skills, we need to develop the core competencies of self-awareness, of emotional intelligence, of social intelligence, of agility, of mindfulness. There's a lot of topics, but how do we start to make those concepts actionable? And that is a challenge that I addressed in the book that I recently published called Getting It Right When It Matters Most, Self-Leadership for Work and Life. In that book, I share a model that is replicable and research-based that shows the fewest most important areas that enable us to express self-leadership. And the SOAR model for self-leadership is made up of 4 phases: self, outlook, action, and reflection. When we bring ourselves to any situation, we need to understand our strengths, our habits, our passions, our values, our goals, our weaknesses. We need to understand all of those things for us to be effective at life or at work. But those things don't happen in a vacuum. When we get into these important, complex, and relational situations, how do we manage our outlook? How do we bring our best selves? How do we manage perception biases and threats so we can bring our best selves to those situations? And then our action in those situations usually comes in the form of how do we engage people effectively in conversations that enable us to work with them to further our most important, complex, and relational situations. And this R stands for reflection. How do we continually stay agile, grow, and evolve through practice and reflection and feedback so we can improve ourselves, bring better outlooks, have more improved actions, and then continually reflecting? And so that is a model that I'll be sharing during our session, and I'll share my favorite tool and approach within each of the 4 phases of the SOAR model that you can bring back to work. A little bit about my background is I've been doing leadership development and organizational effectiveness and talent development, like I said earlier, for over 25 years. I am the president and the founder of a small boutique consulting firm called Clearview Leadership. I regularly publish on Forbes Leadership and Forbes Leadership Strategy, so you can see my articles out there. And I'm very active in LinkedIn. I have 80,000 plus followers, and I create content and share content multiple times a week. So if you'd like to check that out, please do that.